Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Legend, where today we are trying to level out in the face of a bit of quick expansion, and also hopefully working toward leveling some stuff up here. So the capital is going to finish this food building, and then we're going to hard food focus while we build out some districts, and in the meantime we just need to not die. Basically, like the number one most important part of this plan is survive it. So we're gonna finish Alchemy Workshop in a second here. Is it time to go to Diplomat's Manse after that? Maybe I should do Central Market first. Making sure Red doesn't declare war on us is a critical part of survival. But also, the earlier we build the markets, obviously, the bigger the overall effect on our game is going to be. Ooh, also, aquacultural science actually be fairly good for us. Yeah. I think I might go for Diplomat's Manse because we need to kind of figure out what the deal is to make friends. And then after we do that, we need to start figuring out how we're going to assign enough people to influence, or however it is we deal with this, to actually make it happen. So yeah, that's the plan. Why did I have you running over here? What is the value of that? Oh, it's about to be eclipse time is the value of that. Well, run to here. Right, we're in pre-eclipse lighting, so I want to try to grab this and then get the hell out of here. Quickly, before they see us and punish us. Okay, the money's very important. So that's another legendary build. That'll be the science one already, huh? Okay, 60 dust, and also the dish of Canuck. I'm gonna be honest with you, I was kind of hoping it was just gonna be a lot of dust, but okay, fine. Okay, there's some pearls over here. So we can build our altar to help extend the capital. And we are going hard food focus for a little while. That is a settler who is probably headed for Horlocken or something. We need this. 5 turns. Okay, I mean, that could be worse. Are we going to try to get that one too? I guess there's no reason not to, right? There's nowhere else that we need to be in a hurry. I'm not so worried about these. Yeah, okay. I think we just keep on keeping on here. So the capital is going to need to build 4 normal districts, plus the altar, in order to level up the city center and one of the other districts. Which means we need a population of at least 8. If I correctly understand how that works, and I think I do. I think the game has forgotten that movement through forests is only half of a point for us under current conditions. So you got Ia's arm, okay. We're getting so much equipment that we do not need. So we're hitting the wall here. That's an Ursus village. That's an Eresis village. Oh, I've never done the normal ruin search on this either. Okay, another 70 dust. Cool. What would be the cost for a new hero at this point in the game? 500 plus? I mean, there's a Tlato. That's like a thing that I would love to get. It's probably not going to happen. Gosh, we need a lot of money. Yeah, we need a lot of money. Well, I don't know. Maybe we can trade some dust off of the red player in the course of getting our peace deal. Okay, somebody is killing other players' armies. Good to know. That one awarded us a quest that I don't particularly want. Okay, that's fine. We'll grab this conflux, then grab some pearls and get back home. We're getting the basic buildings over here accomplished, which is all wonderful news. Red's probably going to be annoyed with me if they see me take the pearls. A thing that has never been clear to me is if you have to worry about the AI seeing you take pearls or if they always just know. Maybe I should stick to the pearls that are over here, just in case. I don't want to generate any additional negative will toward us. Okay, a new Urkin as far away as possible. Shaka has gone to... That's the Draken player. Let's go see really quick. It's the Morgar who built Pragmatic Scientist. Okay. A thing to be concerned about. I am not going to build the Alchemy Workshop. I think we're going to just... Okay, somebody else got the thing, because of course they did. We were not... That was not going to happen. We were not going to do that. Okay, yeah, just stick to the plan. So we'll have the pearls for the altar next turn. Leveling up the altar is, I think, less valuable than leveling up any other district. It gains you a little bit of food, but it doesn't get you the big happiness changeover, right? It's +5 happiness, +3 food, +2 influence. Whereas this... So this goes from +5 to +10, while this goes from -10 to +5. I would rather have that. So I think we'll build the altar down here in the not getting leveled up position. So we're going to end up building these three and these three, and we may as well grab this one next then. Just get the maximum number of additional resource points. Black spot removal for the public granary. I really wish they had offered us this next turn because we could have finagled with the peace term. As it is, if I counter propose, I can't offer peace. So I'm gonna hit refuse for right now. Somebody built a guardian, probably either the player who is doing all of the player killing or the player who is being player killed. Right, we'll do this one first because it's cheaper. There we go. That'll be good. And then, yeah, we can reassign everybody to industry soon. And I guess at this point, let's try to get a sense of how expensive that peace deal is going to be. Now I think it's probably time for the market, and then after the market, like Imperial Highways. I think we have enough. We have a large enough empire that Imperial Highways would actually probably be a pretty big payoff. Yeah, the game is not doing a good job of calculating our movement costs through forest. It seems to only occasionally remember how the how our rules work, which is curious. Okay, let's go have a chat with the red player. They're feeling a mite dismissive. Oh wow, they really don't like this. So they're yeah, that's just not even close to possible. Well, I mean, it's good that we checked. They could absolutely declare war on us. They have a ton of units, although not all of their units are real units. Yeah, okay. we're just gonna have to deal. We need to check this ruin for the Herna, for the Legends of Old quest. We might just get that that accessory for free, and then we can run around and check other stuff. And okay, we're finishing important buildings. I mean, a lot of important stuff is happening. We're having to keep a lot of people devoted to dust here. It feels bad to be doing so much passing the turn, but it's not like we're just sitting and waiting. We're doing the things. It's just there's a lot of stuff to do. Okay, there's a wandering guardian in Naquakik. I do not believe Naquakik is a territory that we have seen this game. Doesn't look like it. Okay, we spawned garbage monsters. That's fine. This is a ridiculous... Okay. I don't know. You'll win, but I think it's going to be close, says the video game. Okay. Step back to here before firing. Okay, I think this should be an easy cleanup for the ranged. I will say he hit that ended harder than I was expecting. All right, 80 dust is a pretty good reward. Pretty good consolation prize, I suppose. Okay, so they went and settled that. I don't know that we could have really stopped them. Your Runqua could still be ours, potentially. The thing is, we don't necessarily need a huge territory, but we definitely should try to get. We definitely should try to get our territory large enough that we can like be sending resources home and like running good internal trade routes. And we definitely need to make friends with Red because we need them not to be able to close their borders on us because we're going to have to search ruins at some point here, and those ruins are going to be in their territory, right? Like that's just true. Regardless of whether I would like it to be that way or not. Oh, Smunty is at enough population now. This was the turn. Okay, so yeah, push through stuff real fast as you can. And remember that we are not actually safe in our own territory on account of the black spot. And we need to generate a... Oh, we should probably build this, actually. We need to generate something that they will trade for, which I don't know what that is, honestly. Really wish we'd gotten just like a couple more ruin searches in. Because I would really, really, really like to have hired a... does it make sense to fire that? Does it do anything right now? Okay, yeah, it does. It pushes Bullman and it looks like Zada as well up to the next tier. So yeah. Augmented extractor. We have a single gold deposit and that's it, if I'm not mistaken. If we took your Urnqua, we could try to push to another deposit. Red might get a little annoyed with me, but also like we probably want at least a little bit more territory. I mean, let's see if we can get away with it. So Samuntia is expanding as fast as it can. They're running a lot of units around my territory, but their units are mostly quite terrible. The danger comes when they realize that my units are also quite terrible. So my hope here is that we're going to be able to finish Central Market and then maybe make a 2-tech trade that they'll actually go for. Now, granted, trading a bunch of technology to the AI, of course, it's a scary move. They are for sure going to be a victory threat, and we know that they have the science wonder and everything, but like, I need safety, and I need to feel like it's reasonably possible for us to keep the borders open. That's also a reason that I'm not going to do a lot of like running through their lands or anything. Like, there's ruins that we could be searching. I just don't think it's a good idea. What is this? Okay, yeah, somebody got the Naquakic Guardian. No big surprise. I hope the one settler that we saw is going for this region instead of Urinqua. That would make my life a lot easier. And Samuntia is now exploiting quite a large number of tiles. Sadly, these next two builds are not going to get us any new tiles at all. Literally not a single one. What a moment for winter to begin. All right. Oh, Dust to Rust. Okay. Not super relevant to us because we do not have any intention of building any units that have strategic item costs. I do not have the technology to do so. Yet we still need to stay on dust mode, which I hate. Yeah, building here doesn't really do anything, and then building here will level up 2 districts and finish our quest. Urinqua looks like a pretty low-value region, all told. Put down a settlement here, and yeah, that's all we can really do. So let's go have a chat. Do you want Central Market? No, you have Central Markets. Okay. Well, I needed it for me. Like, it's still good that we researched it. You don't have Imperial Highways, and I won't be able to trade Imperial Highways to you. So maybe that's a good reason to research something else. Do you have Imperial Coinage? No. Oh, yes, you do. You also have Glory of Empire. Of course, you have Shipyard. You don't have Aquacultural Science, which could be quite good for the both of us. Do you have Hydrology? Because I'm going to need Hydrology eventually. So I may as well. You don't have Hydrology. Okay. Let's try getting this and seeing if we can get away with the trade then. I would love to have cities rebuilding the alchemy workshops, but like, situation's just a little desperate. It was a bad time for winter. We were getting so close. Counter proposal. No black spot removal. Wait, why did it remove the tech term from the thing as well? That's weird. It definitely shouldn't have. Okay. I'm not so interested in the black spot removal. Somebody built the Throne of Emperors. This is, wow. Wow. They're going fast. We don't know of any other things around here, any other pearls around here or anything, so I guess let's head up to pick up these ones. Gosh, I just want to be friends. I could have probably optimized this build order a little bit better. Like, knowing that we were going to need hydrology, I probably should have researched it really early in the era. Get the canal locks done in Samuntia, since Samuntia is going to have to sit in industry mode for at least some of the time. Alright, almost perfectly balanced, which is very, very strong. Oh, we do have to... Yeah, that's a fair point. We do have to think about what our influence plan is going to be. So, like... 480 would require us to be at... In 6 turns, we got to generate 40-ish per turn, which we cannot do. To keep it as it is, we'd have to get to 320, which we will do without reassigning anybody. That might have to be the plan. The problem here is just that we cannot afford to reassign any of the people who are currently doing stuff that sucks over to influence, because we have to maintain, if we want to have any chance of being able to hire a hero anytime soon, and we certainly do want that, then we have to keep a lot of people assigned to Dust, which is a real shame. It's a real bummer. I do appreciate that they haven't actually taken advantage of the black spot at all. They put it on me, but they're not, like, harassing my units inside my territory or anything, which they could maybe get away with. I'm not actually sure. Wow, big army. Of course. Of course. I would have been able to grab it next turn, so they got to grab it this turn. Well, I mean, we're still going to grab a region. Silix region, which is less exciting. God, all of these cities are so stunted by the fact that we have to have our whole population on Dust. It hurts so much. But yeah, I don't think we can really do anything else right now. We need winter to end. Once winter's over, we can think about some different moves. It's actually really frustratingly timed. It's also a little bit of a bummer to have our land-bound neighbor be the player who cannot develop land trade routes. So obviously some trade with them would be nice. Just waiting for them to get the fuck out of my way. Okay. Unwanted oxidation is over. We didn't do anything. Fine. Because, like, if I remember correctly, we have to search some ruins fairly soon, and it's probably going to give us ruins that are a pain in the ass to search. Because I think that's just how the quest works. It tries not to give you stuff that's in your territory. So I really need to feel like we're actually going to be able to do that. This is what stopped us last time, right? Okay, Morgar have all the dust in the universe. Still not interested, and at this point I have to actually just refuse. Don't like this. Don't know what they're doing. Yeah, let's try to get through that quickly. So we're 7 turns away from moving the faction quest forward. Not quite as far forward as I would like to be, and again, getting hydrology earlier could definitely have helped with this. Because having the canal locks in place for this part of it would definitely be really large. Things to remember for next game, should we fail to win this one, which, you know, we totally might. Could happen. I could see it happening. So I don't really know where over here I would want to put down. Being attacked. Okay. I disagree, but okay. Retreat. They're doing that thing where they're taking advantage of the black spot. They just had to make my army go back in time a little bit in order to make it happen, that's all. So there's some mutant marsh up there. I mean, obviously, like, I'd like to settle nearer to the forested bits, but maybe we don't really have the option of waiting. I would be fine with both of these. I really don't want that to happen. Okay, so they don't have... Neither of these groups has a settler in it. That could be a settler, though. We don't really have a way of knowing. And we have to see, are they amenable to the deal with hydrology in it? No, actually, they don't. They value hydrology, but not very much. They do like pearls. And actually, they've decided this is fine now. I can't take advantage of it right now. I think we have to stick it out for 2 more turns. And actually, we can't settle a city for 2 more turns either. I didn't really think about that, but yeah, that's... Okay, that's a little scary. How much movement does this army have? Only 4? Well, to prevent this army from being annihilated, it basically just has to run away from them. And then... I do kind of need this now. Research rates are getting a little faster. We have to be really careful with this settler, though, because it would be very easy for us to get double attacked. And I have to survive for 2 turns. Really, really can't afford to settle before the new Empire plan's in place. So if they move toward us, we have to just bail? Okay. Next turn we'll run to like over here. That should keep us pretty safe. They spent all their movement, but they didn't really go anywhere. This city should probably... We're hanging fine at Fervent here, so... Yeah, the city should probably do that. I think I'm just gonna wait here for a turn. Or maybe like, maybe 1 tile further away just so that this army can't attack me. Oh, you know what? They can't attack me here because this is a cliff. Yeah, and then we'll run over here and drop the city next turn after the Empire plane goes off. It may cause Red to get very mad at us. And we can't afford to make the deal with them just yet. We're going to have to generate a lot of influence. But, like I keep saying, I can't afford to move people onto influence either. Can't afford to really do anything. We're in a tightish spot here. Things will get a lot easier once Simuntia is flexible again. Okay, they're going to attack and we're just going to retreat and then settle. No, they're not going to attack. Well, I think I just go over and put down, though. Okay, they're backing off their big army. And we're getting closer to things being okay. I don't know if we will build seed storage. Need to get that mill foundry done, though. This warm season is incredibly short. Of course, in a game where we have a very, very limited number of pearls, you're going to get your third winter nice and early. So Simuntia is going to go into probably influence overdrive as much as there's a lot of other things I would like for it to do. Because we're going to have to generate the influence necessary to make a deal with Red. We might have to do some other stuff too. Okay, you rule the greatest empire? Cool, good for you. Two turns. Regenerate. Ugh, we're building. We're building. God, I need money. Can't tell what Red's doing with their forces, but it doesn't look like they intend violence. I'm going to move my armies up this way for just in case we do get an eclipse before this winter, but I think there's a pretty good chance we're not going to. We could kind of use one. Gosh, Red does have a lot of ground troops for a Morgar player. It's a very strange... Interesting. I'm going to take this. I know that makes it impossible for us to ever get a hero, but it also means that we get peace without having to spend any of our own influence, which means Simuntia can focus on other things. And now that we have peace with them, the black spot is also removed, which makes our lives way safer. The fact that they wanted peace, that we didn't have to go to them for it, even though they gave us a terrible deal, I think is a really, really good indication. So yeah, we're not getting the hero. I might just, yeah, let's just do this. After Simuntia finishes that, I think it's Canal locks into Right-of-Way. Right-of-Way gets done pretty quickly. And Simuntia is close to a lot of our other stuff. But you know what? The other cities aren't going to have their Right-of-Way in place yet. So it doesn't need to be that fast. Bullman's population will be able to come off of Dust Focus at some point. We're probably going to need Shipyard. Let's go ahead and do that. There's some chance that it'll actually ask us to visit ruins that are across the sea or something, so... oh, I was kind of hoping we'd get to tell what player this was from the tower, but they built a Pearl Tower. So... Aha. Is that... That's Broken Lord's architecture, right? With the tower? I think. Oh, they have an extractor that's visible too. Yeah, the tall windows I'm pretty sure is Broken Lord's. Blue is Forgotten. Okay, don't know a ton about what's going on, but the Broken Lords have a huge amount of territory, apparently. Actually, maybe this army should be running this way, because there's stuff in our within our borders that we haven't seen yet, and that should change. Okay, so here comes Samuntia's move. Oh, we are getting the eclipse though, so I think I'm gonna restore the previous order. Let's go this way. And that's nice because it means there's a couple more turns before winter. Alright, so we did that. Who gets black spot? Green. Zeltana's ruin is over there. Okay. It's a pretty large amount of dust. Yeah, I'm gonna unassign our hero and create him as an army on Samuntia. We need to get that. That's right, I forgot there's a free Wildwalker hero in the quest line, who will almost certainly be the one that we're going to level up for construction, because generally the quest asks you to level him up for construction anyway, right? This army's so bad at this without without Plato. Or is our starting hero Plato? Yes. Okay. I thought so. I knew it. Obviously. And then, there are ruins down here that we can grab with the hero to compensate for the loss of xylophagic plague. Pretty harsh. Okay, we have formally met green. There's a ruin marked on our map. It is not available to us. Ooh, we do get to see who the brown player is. Ardent Mages. Well, sorry, hold on. No, Vaulters. As if that hero's an Ardent Mage, that doesn't mean anything. You can hire anybody. Okay. Sultana must be located in Warhammer. Oh no, they're gonna steal my Bruin. Well, I can go get this and then use it to explore Dean, I guess. Warhammer is down here. So actually, this is the ruin for our quest. Well, alright, we're still going to grab this, but then I'll turn around and do that. We're still going to grab this, provided they let me. Okay, yeah, we're going to be able to get it. They can't actually stop us. Let's go grab this, and we'll see what happens here. We might potentially be able to still buy a hero at some point in the not too distant future. Not that it's the most important thing, obviously. Okay, so this is the end of part 5. Yeah, I'm very much heartened by the fact that Red gave us peace without us even having to ask. It was a bad deal, but it was peace. Okay, common friends. Common friends? Oh, the Draken. They must mean the Draken. I was gonna say, didn't Red black spot you? But yeah, yep. Alright, so we got Sultana. Get him to natural resources level 2, which we'll want to do anyway for the thing. I'm inclined to just place him in Laris. I guess there's more stuff that needs to get built here. What is his current skill set? He has Industry Boost 3, which is obviously good. And he's going to have this. So we need 2 points of natural resources. I mean, this city has forest and that city doesn't. This city's about to finish a big building, which is more valuable. I think, yeah, this is where we're going to train him up. Unless it makes more sense for him to go to the capital. I mean, the capital's got a lot of big stuff to do. We'll bounce Tinu to somewhere else. Yeah, let's just get Zeltana in here and get this done. So this city has a population of 7 for Tinu to work on. That seems wise. Yeah. Okay. So we'll do that, and now, like I said, our hero can go and figure out what's going on in this region. Okay, and important buildings finishing all the time. And once the canal locks are here, they're going to provide a lot of extra XP to Zeltana in the sense that they're going to help us get a lot of buildings finished in quick succession. Yeah, Samuntia should be pumping out building completions like left and right. Okay, so you lot can grab this, and then that, and then hopefully that. Yeah, we're gonna get there. So 80 dust. And also 60 dust. Yep, that quest got finished by somebody else. 0 surprise. We were never going to be able to do anything about that. Finish your move. Weirdos. Okay. Dean desperately needs to rebuild all of its cities too, which is really awkward. So let's grab this on our way into the next era. Or like, we're going to want Imperial coinage at some point. Yeah, yeah, well, I mean, the earlier you get this food stuff, the better, right? But also, Imperial coinage might be immediately relevant because we don't necessarily need to buy another governor now, and we have enough money that we could maybe buy a booster's worth of resources and actually, like, get some stuff going. And once the trade routes start finishing, we'll be hopefully generating even more money, and then we'll build some... Oh, Horlocken actually connects to the roof of the world. So in order to trade with Red... Well, they have docks over here. Did we settle... No, Pullman doesn't have a coastline even. So actually, yeah, trade with Red seems very unlikely. Samuntia would have to stretch to the coast in order for that to be possible, which it could happen. It's not totally undoable, but it's not likely. Another thing worth noting is that we do have Shipyard now. So we can put units in the water and do some sea ruin searches, which I probably should do. That might get us a fair amount of cash here as well. Alright, so Dean has finished this. Seed storage right now I think is pretty obviously not a great move. So let's get that sewer system going, I guess. People love plumbing. Who would have thought? Yeah, it really is a shame that we can't even give Red road tech because trade is so useful and we're never going to have real trade routes. In some ways, this map did not generate very well for us. If I had been more aggressive about grabbing hold of this northern region, and we had actually gotten a settlement close enough to the ocean that we could have built docks over there, that might have been good. But honestly, like, would I have settled all the way over there? Probably not, right? Yeah. It's possible I'm just not, like, prioritizing things correctly. Then a normal search as well. So 60 dust plus 50 dust. We are not going to attempt to hire a hero. We are going to just wait until we finish the tack. And then we'll see what makes sense to spend our dust on. Exploit 9 anomalies over your empire for 80 dust. I don't know what number we're at right now. Doesn't seem terribly likely that we're going to get many more anytime soon. Yeah, I don't think so. Alright, so 2 turns to right-of-way plus... So once this right-of-way finishes, we'll have a couple of trade routes going. Oh yeah, and Zada is adjacent to Simuntia, because the border goes all the way up to here. So okay, yeah, we'll have a nice little trade triangle, and then we can figure out the rest of this stuff later. I think there's some things that are going okay here. Hopefully we'll have some decent luck with these sea ruins. See, I don't know, in terms of, like, doing our quest, I'm honestly not sure if it makes more sense to be really aggressive about settling to try to make a large, powerful empire, or... I guess, okay, so what I was about to say is, I don't know if it makes sense to expand aggressively to make a large, overall powerful empire, because the size of our empire matters, like, the effectiveness of the cities outside of the capital almost doesn't matter at all to this particular victory method, right? Terrible. But scientific progress does matter, and it's a lot easier to get a lot of science out of a larger empire. So we got Cold Warred by red, which is a pretty bad sign. That's a we're going to conquer you move. Not really a ton we can do about it, unfortunately. Are you okay? You are. Yep, I'm just gonna snap you out of there because they clearly intend harm. Let's put you back over here. I would have loved to get that ruin, but what are you gonna do? So out of curiosity... Okay, yeah, they're gonna kill us. Well, I don't know if there's very much I can do about that. I do think we were sort of like pushed out of the ability to be relevant to the Urkins. If I hadn't taken Dean, they might not be aggressive with us, but they probably still would be, because you know how the AI is. As soon as they run out of land to exploit, they turn on their neighbors. At this point, it is probably the case that the only way to keep them safe is to get them to go to war with somebody else and focus their attention that way, which we would accomplish by also going to war with that person. But they're really not interested, it seems like. Yeah, and they're obviously in some sort of advanced diplomatic relationship with the Draken, given the cost of that term. So I guess, yeah, there's nothing we can do. They're going to kill us or they're not, and guess get the army back on land and pose. But I can't imagine them falling for that. Like, they've got to be able to look at these troops and know that there's no way we could defend ourselves. Maybe somebody else will declare war on them. Give us the chance to defend ourselves that way. Or, sorry, to avoid having to. Does it make sense to fire this now? I bet it doesn't. Yeah, because everybody's 10 points down from where they were before. Oh, no, it does. It pushes Samuntia up. All right. The last ride for that. And here comes the army they intend to use to conquer us, which we realistically cannot do anything about. Getting that canal system up makes some sense. Ooh, wow. Yeah, wow. It's turn 70. Okay. I mean, our research rate has not been good, but even so, those are very impressive numbers for this moment. Is it seriously about to be winter again already? What is going on? Well, it seems like Red is desperate for pearls, so maybe we can pick up some pearls as soon as winter starts, and then get a little bit of trade value that way. And here we go, entering Era 3 on turn 70. So obviously that's bad. Good luxuries. 2 Moonleaf and 2 Titan Bone deposits. That's definitely compelling. What is your deal? You know what? I'll take it. It's not impossible. We could trade going with Red, maybe. So I do think that this is our first move in this era. And I think that the cities that are... Yeah, the city that's at 80 is going to get pushed up by bread and circuses, so we don't need to worry too much about the market there. It's not our first priority anyway. Yeah, so Samuntia is doing okay. All of the other cities are... I don't know. We didn't get super powerful city positions this time. We got really aggressively settled around by a player who was acting mostly out of spite for us. Like, Namal cannot even be a good city for them. I mean, it's a good city for them in the sense that they're an endless AI, and so they built it out incredibly quickly. And but you know what I mean? Like, it's landlocked. It has a river running through it, but they didn't even build along the river. They built perpendicular to the river, so it does feel a little bit like they're just screwing with us. Oh, spy actions, cool. Okay, so Samuntia's governor is poisoned. Guess we ought to do the roundup. Because Red is also spying on us, because of course they are. Again, I think not a ton we can do about this. What I think felt like a pretty reasonably promising start with, and there I'm just talking about Samuntia itself, getting to start in the forest with the river, really didn't develop into very much. Maybe I should have tried to get aggressive with Red at the very beginning when all they had was masterminds and we had, you know, other stuff. But it's hard for me to imagine beating them on the attack, right? Like, just the number of units we've seen the Endless AI able to pump out without even having to slow down their normal development. I feel like it would have been... Oh, right, I was going to look at luxuries. I feel like it would have been kind of silly to go for it. So our booster cost right now is 30. There's not much that we can actually buy enough of to fire a boost, even in the situation where we assume that we can afford it. Basically, yeah. There's like a couple of things and we definitely couldn't afford to buy enough of them, so I guess we just don't buy anything. Yet. I mean, at some point the money's going to get better. You know, we're going to have access to some higher tier dust buildings. Like, it is also possible that even though Red very obviously intended to attack us, it is possible that they might get distracted by something else before it makes sense to them to spend the influence to attack. It's like we could see ships sailing off the coast toward Green, you know, if Green declares war on Red, or if Red decides it's better to declare war on Green or something like that. They could absolutely go after each other. We're not necessarily doomed just yet, but we are in a situation where I feel like our fate is potentially no longer in our hands. So after we get bread and circuses, I think we might go for luxury extractors before... Okay, that ended. That's huge. Might go for luxury extractors before strategic extractors, just because we have there's a source of Moonleaf underneath Laris, and then we have 2 more sources of Moonleaf, and we also have 2 sources of Titan Bones. Like, this tier of luxuries is really good for us, and on top of that, this is just like a tier where luxuries are really good. That part has been quite lucky for us. So I don't have any idea what to do with my hero right now. I'm just going to like keep my army near my cluster of cities down here and make the math look as bad as I possibly can. It's pretty thin. I don't know if I believe that the AI is going to be affected by it, but we do have to try something. And one thing we definitely can't do is convince them back to peace. Although, again, if they decide that it makes more sense for them to fight some other player, or if some other war has started in the meantime, their opinion may have changed. We should check here. So we're finishing a couple of alchemy workshops, which is certainly going to help with our abysmal technology rate. Yeah, we have to get a big powerful science empire. Okay, Pearl time. Even if we don't necessarily care about the science victory. I mean, it would be very helpful to get the endless science tech at the very least, right? Losing 34 dust per turn on a 4 to 24 turn winter. It might not be so bad. Okay, that quest it's so nothing, you know? Oh, also, I do need to have dust to buy off Zeltana's injury in a second here. So that's a thing worth thinking about. So do we just want to keep expanding along the road? Probably not, right? I probably want to keep building out along the river. And maybe I do want to try to get to the coast eventually. Yeah, I think that makes sense. And so we can food focus for a minute here, because we don't need to be building out right now, and it's going to be a minute before we have another thing to build that is actually going to be meaningful. We can expand toward the coast. Maybe what we should do is just build some units here. Like, it's obviously there's a lot of utility in building up the... You know what? I'm going to go longbows. There's a lot of utility in building up the capital city to be as broad and powerful as possible, but Less so here. We probably do need to, like, flood the capital with units if we can. Like, in any place where there's not an immediately important building, it makes sense to build troops until the capital garrison is full. So actually, maybe it makes sense to do that. Maybe it makes sense for the capital to focus on that, too. Because if the garrison's full, Zaltana's getting more XP per turn, and... yeah, that might be wise. I'm definitely a little leery of running our lord away from the capital at this moment. I may need to rethink my sort of build orders and approach here. Yeah, I'm not sure. Another thing that's really nice about having a large territory is that it's more likely that you will get a large number of pearls. Okay, we did not unveil a spy. Zaltana has to be back to work instantly. Cannot afford to wait. Okay, that's never happening. Bread and circuses will help a lot with our dust situation, I think, right? It should be enough to, yeah, it'll totally be enough to push us up to the highest tier. So I guess we'll see what stuff looks like after that. The enemy has largely moved away. Maybe we can afford to go for the Northern Pearls. With the road, we can report back pretty quickly. They can see what I'm doing, though. They do have towers. Yeah, and we're not going to get a... I guess I'm just going to head back, actually. We're not going to get enough pearls to be able to do anything, right? We could get enough pearls to buy a pearl tech, but we certainly wouldn't be able to get enough pearls to implement it. Okay, Lyris' population has been decreased. I mean, I'll do a roundup here, too. It's worth resources to keep them bouncing the spies, and a roundup in a city that has population that low is not actually, like, meaningful. I will say this. I feel like we got a ton of seed storages up really quickly, and they've been way less effective than they are on average because it has been winter for 80% of the game. That's a rough estimate. It's probably not, like, literally true, but it feels like it, right? It feels like it to me. Okay, so down to only minus 23 per turn. That's fine. Let's grab Reaping Station. Yeah, our rate of quest completion here is bad too. I just didn't do it this game. I didn't do an aggressive enough job of expanding the population, or the empire as a whole is not powerful enough to be getting these things done quickly. It took us way too long to get this step done because I didn't prioritize hydrology highly enough. There's a lot of stuff to sort of put in the pipe for next game. We are going to go ahead and ride it out, though, because at the very least we can pick up more data about... we should probably do that, and then we should rebuild these. At the very least we can pick up more data about victory rates and stuff. We can see if maybe the turn 90-something was an anomaly, or... We'll give it a look here. Oh, that said, I probably should end this episode at some point. How's Zaltana doing? Finishing this military unit is going to jump us from 20 to... The AI has all kinds of fun stuff to do on their turns, so it's taking a little bit longer. to 42. Okay, so each one of these is worth 22 XP plus 1 XP per turn. Yeah, so we're gonna get there, but it is gonna take a while. Laris doesn't really need a central market, I guess. Laris can participate in this thing. It does seem like Red got distracted, right? Like they decided to go for some other plan. So hopefully that's true. We're certainly not safe. They may very well turn around on us. And in fact, they are running a lot of military units into my territory, and those units have really no purpose. Buffing up the number of things in Suuntia's garrison is probably going to help ward off the attack, but like they could still hit the outlying cities. It wouldn't be very difficult for them to deduce that this is not going to put up much of a fight. I guess we'll see. But yeah, by this point in the game, I definitely need to have a generally more effective cities, and we ended up having to build in the open a lot. And but honestly, like I do wonder to what degree is the state of our empire mostly down to the fact that it has been winter like nearly continuously. We're getting such small breaks. Alright, so you run for that. I suppose I should have had you pick up these pearls. Well, whatever. The next one can do it. And then the reaping stations. Then the stations. Laris will get its reaping station for free, which is wonderful. Hurricanes are changing hands. We're going to just keep our head on our own paper for the moment. I really thought we were going to be able to move Bullman's population off of off of Dust here. We're probably going to prioritize the big Dust building in this era over the strategic resource extractors too, because we just have a lot of stuff that needs doing. But the Moonleaf plus the Titan Bones is going to be a big deal. It's going to be very helpful. Okay. All right, we were about to have some deeper problems money-wise, and those have gone away now. Huzzah. Yeah, this unit can grab those. I'm gonna actually have this unit grab these pearls, because the one that's actually in Laris is not gonna finish for a little while. All right, we found no spy. Black Spot is not the end of the world. Yeah, that could be worse. It's not the thing I was afraid it was going to be. Somebody got the stealth thing. That's fine. We don't care about that too much. Let's get a dust refinery. Let's get a series of dust refineries. And then I'm going to go ahead and put in the queue Titan Bone extractors and stuff. You know what? I probably do want to go ahead and get these 3 rangers done, because then with these 3 rangers, the garrison will actually be full, and we'll still have a full army, and hopefully that'll be enough that the Red decides it's not really worth the effort to mess with me. Not that they couldn't, but that they may be able to spend their time better elsewhere. So let's see. Laris got its thing up automatically. Zada should work on that. You should build the Titan Bone Extractor. It is going to take 1 billion years. Well, once Zada finishes its stuff, we can swap it to influence, and then hopefully get Bullman into a better place. And you're not going to move, because if you step outside the walls of the city, you're going to get murdered. Trying very hard to level up Zoltan, and it's taking forever. We're going to be entering stage 7 of our faction quest in like the 80s, which is probably too late. And yeah, like our tech progress is really, really bad. We're not going to have like any of the late game super industry boosting techs, and so that's going to make our tower build pretty slow. Yeah, you need more than 4 total districts outside the capital, probably. I did not look at this at all, and as such, we are 1 influence short of... Well, I guess I'm glad that I'm already thinking the game was over, because otherwise that's incredibly frustrating. Sure. So with them standing there, it does get more difficult for this unit to make it where it's trying to go. We can get back to Laris. Oh, okay. They're moving. Are they going to move much? No, they're out of movement. Okay. Their units are all level 10, which is definitely a thing that's real. Right? That's ridiculous. All of their units are level 10. Ah, I think red is at war with pink. This is what happened. They got distracted. Okay, well yeah, they're also on this landmass. Yeah, putting the boot down on red early on, were it possible, would definitely have been the right move. I am not convinced that it was possible. Okay, I need to get adjacent to the city without spending the last point of movement, and it looks like that can't happen. So I guess I'm going to run up here and jump into Laris's garrison for a second until the road's clear. Yeah. All right. Laris to Samunchi is probably only a single turn worth of movement, but we can't do it as long as red has an army on the road and the black spot upon our heads. Yeah, all I needed to do was bump one citizen in one city over to influence, and I just got caught up in stuff. Or no, wait, I was at $4.99, not $5.99. It would have been more considerable investment than that. Still probably doable, though. I don't think it is worth losing the 25 approval in every city, especially given how narrowly many of our cities are holding on to Fervent. I do feel less bad about it if the gap was a little bit bigger. So it's turn 81, and we're getting our first victory notification, and it's... Yep, it's the one we thought it would be. No, why would I do this? So I'm debating here. No, we probably can't just play it through from here. That's a silly idea. That's kind of what I was thinking, was we would just finish the game this episode and then pick it up fresh, but no, we'll have to. It's going to take a little bit too long. So I think actually this is where I'll just call it for today then. I did not do it right this game. We'll come back next time, tomorrow, play this one through to its end, and then just start again, but this time do a better job. But still, important data to be gathered here. So, come back next time for that, the data gathering, and we'll see you then.